All right. Let me get my stream manager pulled up here. I forgot to do that. Creator dashboard. Okay. Twitch says that I'm live. You're live. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm live. Thanks. Okay. Ad started. Let me mess with some of my settings while that's going on. This guy. Okay. That's probably fine. Okay. Oh, go to this. There we go. Okay. We're gonna do some Stonebot stuff today, which I'm kind of excited about. I made a release, right? I made an alpha release. So there is a program that we can use. It doesn't have the pattern stuff like the previous one did. So like, if you say Stonebot's name, then it's not gonna respond. And it doesn't have timers, so it's not gonna like occasionally say a random quote or anything like that. Like, it doesn't have the ability to do that yet, but at some point it will. And when that happens, it'll be cool. But I do at least want a bot at all. So we'll do that. We will do that. Are ads over yet? Yo, what's up, C-Dom? How's it going? Hell yeah. I figured you'd be excited about this one. Back to the coding. Yeah. So, I started talking about this a little bit before you showed up, but I made an alpha release of Stonebot because I lost my sub. Oh, okay. Are ads playing? Wait, what is this? Oh, did you resubscribe? You are 25% of the way to completing... Oh, there it is. Okay. Perfect message. Right in the center of the screen, too. I'm back. Welcome back. Thank you for the subscription. What a comeback. Okay, so about Stonebot. Actually, let me real quick send out the notification in Discord. Bam. Let me grab this guy. Oh, gone. Okay. All right, there we go. So, like I was saying, I released an alpha version of Stonebot that's missing quite a few features that I would like to add before like the 1.0 release. But it is technically in a state that is able to deal with commands. And so I figured I could at least use that while I'm still developing it. So that is what we're going to be doing today, is actually setting up those commands and using the alpha version. So let me switch over here. So this is the list of quotes. I just grabbed it from the old version of Stonebot. And I'm going to basically start from a clean slate here. So let me go into local app data. And there should be a Stonebot folder here. There is. So I'm just going to yeet that. We're going to remove it entirely. And then I'm going to go over to the GitHub, or just the hub as some people refer to it. Go to this alpha release. And I'm going to grab, should I grab the console version? I think it's fine. I'll just grab this one. Oop, I want this to be over on my other monitor so I can look at both at the same time. There we go. Okay. Where can I download it at? Here, I'll give you the link to the GitHub. There you go. So I can hack it. So the version that is the like quote unquote current release, like this alpha version, it's actually not based off of the main branch. It's based off of this UI rework branch. So if you do want to take a look at the code, it's in the UI rework branch. That's where all of it is. Because the main branch, I was using basically a game engine. I was using Godot or Godot or whatever, however you want to pronounce it. I was using Godot to render the UI, which, as you can imagine, is a bit overkill for a desktop application like this. So then I basically just started from scratch and used a completely different stack, and that's all under the UI rework branch. So eventually, once that gets to the point where I'm comfortable doing like a full release, then I'll merge it into the main branch and we can work off of there. But for now, it's split up. So let me head over into my downloads. And I've got this guy. So let's extract. So this should just be the exe. Sure, we can put it in downloads. That's fine. Yep, it's just the exe. You can, so in the releases, oh, thank you, Windows Security. There is this lib.zip. So the Stonebot uses Python, so you can write Python scripts, and that's how it like executes the commands, or the code for the commands. And so this lib.zip is a bunch of Python libraries. So if you want to, it's completely optional, but if you want to, you can download the lib.zip, you can extract it, and as long as that lib folder is in the same directory as the exe, you can use those Python packages in your scripts. Otherwise, if you want to use Python packages that are not part of this lib.zip, you can either install them manually, or you can, it's a bit of a hack, but there are some Python packages that just don't work with Stonebot because it uses something called IronPython, and IronPython is not compatible with certain Python packages. So if you want to use those, then you can basically just install a separate Python interpreter and then, call that via your command script. It gets a little bit confusing if you want to use those libraries, but for the vast majority of use cases, you shouldn't need to. But yeah, again, this is an alpha version, so I'm not like expecting users to actually use it. But if you want to mess around with it, you can. And then if you have questions, let me know. MIT is open source. Did I put a... Oh, I did put a license in the UI rework branch, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I believe it's MIT. All open source. If you really want to, you can make a pull request, and I'll take a look, and if it looks good, then I'll approve it. But, yeah, there's obviously still a lot of stuff that I want to do with it, so no guarantees that I'll actually, take the time to like look over a pull request, but you can if you want to. Nothing against it. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, but I'm just gonna grab this, and I'm gonna put it in my programs folder. Go here, programs. This guy. All right. I'm gonna delete the old version of StoneBot that I had there. I'm gonna paste in the new exe here. Okay. Okay. I can probably show this. So it's just program files, and then I pasted the exe into a StoneBot folder. So this is from complete scratch. Remember, I deleted the folder that was in the local app data. So this is like a complete from zero startup. I mean, it's published by me, so I'm gonna tell Windows that it's okay. I wonder how you get rid of that. I know there's some like checks or licensing things maybe. I don't remember. I looked into the process at one point and I don't remember a whole lot of it. But here we go. Here's everything from scratch. It costs money. Oof. Okay. I might do that. It depends. So broadcaster username is just going to be my username. For the client ID, so I already have this set up, so I guess I kind of lied when I said that it was going to start, I was going to start from absolute zero. And let me actually, let me go to the link here. It's going to make it a little bit easier. So this is the link that it takes you to, and you can see I already have an application set up, but you can relatively easily just register a new application. I think it's $300 a year per license. Oof. Yeah, okay, maybe I won't do that. Just click the trust me bro option and you'll be fine, all right? Don't. It's open source, it's trustworthy. I wrote all the code on stream. It's fine. Not all the code, so maybe you shouldn't trust me, but whatever. Okay. I don't know whether or not I can show this on stream, so let me show this over here. Okay. It's probably fine. I mean, the client ID is okay to show, just not the client secret. But I'll do it off on my other monitor anyway. So I just copied that. I'll paste it into this field. I don't need to mess with max log files because it's fine. Close out of that. I'll hit save. This is taking an unusual amount of time. Maybe I should have tested this. Hello? What is it doing? Local app data. StoneBot. Logs. It didn't log any error or anything. What have I done? Okay. The alpha's broken. Don't use the alpha. Oh, no. I didn't mean for this to happen. Why is it being weird? Okay. Config panel. What happens when I click the save button? Did I do this wrong? I don't know how to make PRs though. Also, I don't know C# used to because of Unity, but okay. That is perfectly fine. Like I said, it's cool if you do, but I've still got a bunch of stuff that I want to do on my own, so. Okay, what is it getting hung up on here? Yeah, let me close it because it's, you don't need to report it to Microsoft. What am I doing wrong here? Let's put in some let's do this. So I'm trying to basically trying to multi-thread the saving process, but let's see what happens if we don't do that. So I'm just gonna say config.save, and then we're gonna say logger.debug saving config done saving config. Here, I'll increase the font size for you too. I'll see if I do mess with the code or not. Sweet. That'd be cool. There's like a bunch of cleanup that I need to do as well. Is it because these are already completed tasks? I thought I tested that though. So let's just do this. Say logger.debug deleting excess files. Done deleting excess files. Do the same thing here. Don't care about these guys. Logger.debug. Clearing cache. Done clearing cache. say close the WebSocket. Debug. Closing WebSocket. Done closing WebSocket. Okay. So let's do the same thing here. Let's yeet the StoneBot folder that's in our local app data. Let's see what happens here. Okay, go into settings. This is my username. And then I need to copy this value again. Bam. And then I click save. And it worked. Clearing cache, done clearing cache, saving config, done saving config. Okay. So it got caught up on this? Task.wait all. Hang on. Close out of that. Let's open up a new thing here. Test. Test. Okay. So if I've just got like thing one, that's not what I typed. That's not what I meant to type. Task.completed task. Let's do that a couple of times. And then I say when all? No, wait all. Done. It will find it interesting because never worked on somebody else's code, not on that language, and I don't use WebSockets for Twitch, so it will be a good learning thing to do actually, and that way you can get it faster to market. True. That'd be cool. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but StoneBot is like probably the closest thing I've ever gotten to having one of my side projects be like an actual product. So it'd be even cooler to work with somebody else on it. Okay, so what happens here? It just prints done. It just finishes. So what? Task helper, fire, try else error. I mean, am I doing something wrong in fire, try else error? Task helper. Run, try action, catch, log the error. Return to task. I don't know. I don't understand. It would help me because it is open source, so maybe I can repurpose it later on for my SaaS. True. Now you're thinking with open sourced software. So what did it do again? So it cleared the cache and it saved the config file. So it didn't actually do this. Oh. I think it's because of this. Yeah. I think I just locked the threads. Because I was doing this from a different thread. So this is executing on the UI thread now. But before, when I had it wrapped up in here, it was executing on a different thread. So it was trying to update the UI in a thread other than the UI thread. So it was basically waiting for the UI thread. But the UI thread was waiting for this to finish. So I think I was in a... I forget the exact term for it. Something like deadlock or something. But I think this is... This is what did it. So then I probably just need a var that's like update auth. You know what? I can actually just do this. Should update auth is probably a slightly better name for that. So should update auth here, and then I can get rid of it here, and then go down here, say if should update auth, then do it here, and we don't have to say dispatcher because we're already on the UI thread. Okay. That seems better. Let's try that. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of the logs. Oops. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah, do that. Nope, that's... Wanted you to do this. There we go. Okay. Okay. I've been thinking of making my bot open source too, but I don't know. I figured why not? You know? Like, I don't think I'm doing anything that necessarily needs to be hidden. So, I figured it'd be alright. Plus, it's like, again, like, this is the closest thing I've gotten to something that's, like, production ready. So, I feel like it's kind of like a pride thing to have the code out there in the open for people to look at. Especially if somebody wants to make their own. Or like make modifications to Stonebot, then they can just fork the repository and, you know, it's all good. I don't know anything about multi-thread. I'm relatively familiar with multi-threading. I didn't think that like dispatching to the UI thread there would cause a deadlock, but maybe that's the case. So I'm gonna try it again here. So we're gonna start from absolute 0. So let's delete the Stonebot folder here. Let's test it. Open up this, type in the correct name. There we go. Give me my client ID, bam, hit save. Okay. And then if I try and reopen it, there we go. It's all there. All right. Okay. Let's open up Git, and we'll say fix config saving deadlock. Let's actually do this on the UI work. Yeah, bring my changes over there. Okay, let's commit this to the UI rework so that it's there. Push that. And then we'll switch back to the alpha branch. Or maybe... yeah, let's just create a new one. Based on neither of these. What? What? Hello? I want it to be based on UI rework. New branch. UI rework. There we go. What is it? 0.5.0 dash alpha 1.0.1. Create. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be making branches for this. Actually, yeah, hang on. This is getting weird. I did this the wrong way. What I should do is I should just make an alpha branch. And then I shouldn't name it like the different versions of the alpha. I should just... I can do this over here. View all branches. Can I yeet branches? I can. Okay. Yeah. Delete alpha 1.0.1. Delete this one. Let's just have the UI rework. So now we should have main, this weird issue, and then UI rework. Okay, that works. Let's switch over to UI rework. Fetch. Yeah, now it says it wants to publish it. Let's delete this branch though from my local. Just delete this branch from my local. Go to this one. Let's create a new branch. We'll call it 0.5.0-alpha, and I just won't put the version of the alpha. That way I don't have to like create 500 million branches every time I make a change to the alpha version. Okay. Reload. That, I don't know what that did. Okay, we should be fine. UI, command card controls, command card. Let's go in here and let's get rid of the aliases. So part of the reason I made the alias, or not the alias, why am I blanking? The alpha branch is because by default I was showing UI elements for creating aliases in the commands, but I'm not doing that. I don't have that set up yet, so the alpha version just doesn't have it. I think that's okay. And then new command pop up. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. I think that should be it, right? Oh, and then I also had I come from JS, which is single. Yeah, I think JS has like fake multi-threading. I think the way that JavaScript handles multi-threading, quote unquote, is more similar to concurrency, where it just like because JS has async await stuff, right? Which I think is kind of like fake multi-threading. Now C# also has async await, but that's actual multi-threading, and they behave differently, which is relatively confusing. Now I could have used async await, and actually I did when I was first starting this project, but just due to the quirks of async await, I decided not to. And like, if you're making like a server or like a backend, then async await is good. The C# version of async await is good. But for a desktop application like this, I feel like it's so much easier to just manually manage the multiple threads. Because like you've got the UI thread, and then any background thread is just a background thread. Like, you know, you don't need 500 of them because you're not doing a whole lot at the same time. What was the other thing? It was main panel, and then I need to get rid of some of these buttons. Add command button. Yeah, this stuff. This is get subheader. Yeah, let's just get rid of these guys. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay, yeah, so now there used to be 3 buttons here, but now there's just the new command button, and there's no aliasing or anything. If I hit create, yeah, there's no alias stuff on here. Okay, cool. That should be good then. Just make sure. Okay. Remove unfinished features. Commit that to alpha. Publish that. Okay. Now let's build publish selection. This is the console. We'll publish that. This might take a little bit. I'm gonna make a console console exe and a regular exe, just in case, because everything gets logged into a file. Everything gets put into a log file, but sometimes it's easier to have the console window shown, and then you get live updates through the console as well. Just do this guy, publish that. Release here. Draft a new release. This is going to be 0.5.0 dash alpha 1.0.1. Create a tag v 0.5.0 dash alpha 1.0.1. Create a new tag. What did I use as the description for the last one? Okay. Generate release notes. What? 34 make logs more descriptive. I'm sorry, what? That's not what happened. No. Target is alpha. Okay. Now generate the release notes. Okay. Alright, that's a little bit better. That's still not quite right, but sure. Because it should target, or it should do, whoops. It should get the changes from alpha 1.0. So if I click on that, choose different branches. What? Oh, because that branch doesn't exist anymore. Okay. I'll just say fixed config saving deadlock. There we go. Set as latest release, yes. Okay. This should be done building. It looks like it is. Let's go into here. Oh, it kept my old zips. Okay, don't do that. Console. It kept my old zips. Okay. Let's do this. Compress to zip. Perfect. Let's rename this to dash win x64 dash console. And then we can throw this into our new, why do I have 4 tabs open? What? Bruh. Okay. Oh, right, the Twitch. Wait, what? Why is that like a different tab? Bro, how many times did I need? Okay. Okay, so we've got the console zip. Let's grab the regular zip. Compress to zip file. Stomach dash win. Yeah, win.x64. Let's compress this as well. Sweet, and then we'll throw the lib in there. We'll throw the regular version. And then we'll throw the console version. As soon as that's done, I'll get rid of the console, or the zip files here, because I don't need them anymore. Okay, let's eat that. Get rid of the zip files. Okay. I can close this window. There we go. Okay, that should be everything. Looks good. All right. There we go. Boom. New release. Alpha 1.0.1. Now, we've got a new release. We fixed the deadlock issue. We've got a new release. Now, let's close out of this. close out of this. Close out of this. Let's go into here. So StoneBot, we can delete that. Let's go into StoneBot. Okay, so here's the old exe. I'm gonna yeet that. Get me into my downloads. I'm gonna yeet. I can get rid of all of this stuff. So this is the latest release. Why did it put the console version above the regular version? What the heck? Did it do that in my other release? Plus 6 releases. No, it did what? What? Did I upload them in the wrong order? Dang it. That's annoying. Can I edit this? Edit. Just switch them, please. Ah, it's fine. I won't mess with it. Okay, yeah, give me the regular version. Difference. I can show you the difference if you want to. But like, really the only difference is the console version pops up a little terminal window with all of the logs in it, rather than you having to open a text file with the logs in it. Okay, downloads. We've got this. Extract. So we downloaded the release. We're extracting the release. We have extracted the release. I'm going to grab the exe. I'm going to put it in my favorite spot on the computer, which is wherever I please. Okay. I'm just going to delete these because I don't need them anymore. Now we are starting from absolute zero. So one is like a developer debug option is the other one. The other one is a consumer version. Kind of, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I guess you could put it that way. If you're not a dev and you just want to see the logs appear in real time, then having the console version is an option. But yeah, I think most people just are probably going to use the regular version. I just figured I'd provide a console version just in case. Okay. Let's do this. We're starting from ground zero here. So I deleted the local app data folder. So let me go back there. Local app data. So now that I booted StoneBot, I ran it for the first time. There should be, yep, there's a StoneBot folder here. Okay, there's no config file yet. If I hit save, now there's a config file. Nice. So yeah, like this log file, if there were any errors that occurred, then they would be put into this log file. In the console version, they're put into this log file and in the terminal window. So that's really the only difference. Okay, now that we've got this, I'm gonna do this off screen. I'm gonna click the authorize button and I'm gonna go through the authorization process, and I'm actually gonna switch to this view so I don't accidentally show anything. But just know that I clicked the button, it automatically popped up a browser tab. I need to log into the account that I use for the actual bot, so let me do that. And of course I've got two-factor authentication, so I gotta wait for the text message with the correct code. Okay. All right, so I'm logged into my bot account. I'm gonna click authorize. That's done. Now I'm going to go back into the UI and I'm going to click done. I'm going to go back into StoneBot and click done. Now I can show this again. So now you can see it says chatting as StoneBot 5555. Cool. Let me just go ahead. I'm gonna log out of Twitch with my bot account and log back in with my regular account, just in case I need to like refresh my stream manager or anything. It doesn't like think that I'm a bot, or it doesn't think that I'm in my bot account, but okay. All right. So at this point, we should be able to click connect, and it should be successful. Okay, so it's connected. It is currently connected to my chat. Now it's not going to do anything because I don't have any commands set up. It's not going to log anything. It's going to do absolutely nothing. So if I add a command, let's make it pretty simple here. Let's make it the Discord command. That's not how you spell that. Anybody can use it. I'll just say they can use it however quickly they want to. It's no cooldown. So it's currently off by default. So it doesn't do anything. I'm going to click edit script. It's going to automatically open the script file. And actually, because I'm going to want... Yeah, it gets confused about the type stuff. So I'm actually going to open the scripts folder rather than the script file itself, which is a little bit annoying. I tried to find a way to make it so that when you click this button, it actually opens up the entire scripts folder rather than just the individual script file. I couldn't really figure out a way to do that unless I like forced the user to use like VS Code or something. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but if I want to allow the user to use whatever text editor they want, I kind of just have to open up the script file itself. But I could do this, and you can see the type hint stuff gets recognized. Now it's green instead of underlined yellow. I can increase the font size here. You can still see that, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So now, and it's got script, it's got hot reloading. So if I go ahead and turn this on, it's not going to do anything because there's no code here yet. But as I write code, it should automatically update. So let me just, for example, type !Discord. You can see it doesn't do anything. Right, nothing happens. If I were to say stonebot.log, not log, let's just say chat. Stonebot.chat hello world. And now I type the command !Discord. Boom. Isn't that cool? Isn't that just like insanely cool? I didn't have to, I have my text editor set up so that it automatically saves the file. And then I've got StoneBot set up so that anytime the file gets saved, it automatically reloads the script. So all I have to do is type changes into the file, and it just works. It's so cool. It's so cool. Okay, and then so I've got, what do I have access to here? Message data, message ID. So I want this. So if I throw this as a second parameter to the chat function, so I say hello world and then the ID of the original chat message that came in, and now I type !Discord, it's going to reply to that chat message with hello world. Dude, this is insanely cool. Like, I've tested all this stuff before, obviously, but dude, I'm so ecstatic that it's actually like working the way that I intended it to. I like when people get excited about their creations, the tone they have when they say something irradiates happiness. Dude, it's so cool. I didn't think I was gonna be this happy when I started the stream, but it's so cool that this is happening. Okay. And so now what I want it to do is obviously reply with a link to my Discord channel, or server rather. So let me see if let me grab that invite real quick. Close out of that. Okay. Discord is weird when it comes to invites. That's not the right code. This is the right code. There we go. Okay, yeah, my auto formatter is being weird. Like this, it's fine to be on 2 lines, but whatever. But okay, so that's the link to my Discord server. So now, I'm just gonna close out of this. I get distracted when I have too many windows open. Now if I type !Discord, it replies with a link to the Discord, and if I click that link, it looks like it properly connects me. Oh, it launched into the Discord app, of course. Okay, but yeah, it did pull up my Discord. Nice. And that's literally all it takes, right? Like the setup was a little bit, a little bit much because I had to like register. I had to register an application with Twitch. Like, okay, whatever. You have the replies? Yeah. I need to do that. Yeah, the API for it is like really easy. Like it's legitimately just you give the ID, the message ID of the thing that you want to reply to. I think like in Stonebot itself, it's also set up a very similar way. Like it seems really simple. And so, like I was saying earlier about the Python libraries, I did not download those Python libraries because the vast majority of the time, like this is gonna be what your command does. You don't need any special libraries for something like this, right? It's just like a 1-line thing. So that's kind of what I meant earlier by, when I said that the vast majority of use cases don't need those kind of packages, but I figured I'd provide them just in case. You using the API, I'm using IRC. Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much different that would be. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, so I've got the Discord command set up. Let's set up a new command. That's YouTube. YouTube. Can I spell? Anybody can use it. Create that. Oh, that's not good. What happened? It crashed. Is it even gonna have a log? Oh, it does. Wait, what? Because I mentioned the user instead of replying, but the replies are new on the Twitch API stuff, so I need to see first. Oh, okay. Crashes the holy grail of developers. I don't. Why? JSON deserialization for type post chat message response was missing required properties, including drop reason. Okay, guess we're booting up the code again. I did not think that it was going to be this weird. Like, I tested all this stuff. No? Chat response. Drop reason. Post chat message response. Drop reason. Oh, why did I say that was required? Wait, what? Is that because of an HTTP request response or your own code generation of JSON? I think it's my fault. I think I'm expecting this drop reason thing to be here, but it's not. So where exactly did that happen? Stonebot.twitch.send. It happened when it sent the message? Models responses post chat message response. Models responses post chat message response. Oh, that's what I'm in right now. Is that not required? Hang on, let me look it up. So, chat response. Oops. Where am I using this? Here. Yeah, so I send the chat message and then I get this. Is that not actually a required part of the response? Maybe I just missed that part. I mean, it would make sense because, you know, sometimes the message might not drop. But I don't understand why, whoops, I don't understand why it would crash. Like, why did it not crash the first couple of times? Right? I guess there are 3 error messages here. But it's... Why did it not crash the first time? Am I in the right spot? Reference. Chat. I forget what section it's under. Send a chat message. Request body, response body, drop reason. The reason the message was dropped, if any. it doesn't state whether or not it's optional. Okay, I guess it is because it's not here. Okay. So I guess that's not required then. Weird. Is there anywhere else where I had something that was not required like that? I thought there was. This one. Yeah, this is also not required. And I just set those to be nullable, I guess. So if I say this is not required and it can be null. And then where am I using this? I don't care about that. Right there, and then this. New drop reason. Say if that's null, then null. Otherwise, do that. And we know at that point that it's not null, so we can just cast it. Okay, that's a little bit of a weird way to do it, I guess, but it's fine. And then resources, PYI, message data, chat response, drop reason. How do I make this optional? Just add this optional thing here. Okay. All right. If you get an error on the Twitch API, it does not send a JSON back. So that may be the problem. I think it is sending a response. It's just not. I mean, what happened? What happened when it crashed? So this should fix the issue that's getting printed out. The problem is, if it crashed, that means it's not going to print out the error message, because I should handle every error message. So if I didn't handle an error message, it's not going to print. So all I did was create a new command, and it crashed. Command manager.save. But like it showed up in the UI. If I open it up again, you can see it like it showed up here. If I create just a dummy one, it's perfectly fine. Was it really the cause of the crash? I mean, it shouldn't have. It does send a response, but not in JSON format. Yeah, but I think the error message was referring to something else. Like it was sending JSON. Um, it's just that I was expecting a parameter to be there and it wasn't, or I was expecting some part of the JSON to exist and it doesn't, or it didn't. Sorry. But what caused it to crash? Was it... Thank you for the hydrate. What? Did it fail writing the new script file? I mean, the new script file's right here. So how did it... It's like it's in the constructor. It shouldn't have... where's it here? Right? Like it should have... If it got past this line, the file should have been there. It adds it to the commands list. It saves the command manager. I should have this in a try catch, really. Because this, it is very possible this can throw. Yeah, like if the file creation fails. And then I do actually want to like not proceed. Say command, new command. Okay. Hydrate the mind. I don't know what caused it to crash. Like, all of this had already been done. Right? Like, we can look back at the recording. Like, it had created a new command. It had done all of this stuff. And it had updated the interaction grid, which basically just means that the new command shows up in the UI. Like, that's what this does. Which did happen. It did show up in the UI. So then, what? How did it crash? Maybe it was just something else happened while it was Like, when I tried creating the command. Excuse me. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I don't... It's got everything here. I don't understand. What caused it to crash? I don't know. I actually have no idea. I mean, this can't throw, can it? I can't recreate the issue. I don't know what happened. Was it like... Did you send a chat message like at the exact same time that I created a new command? Like, that's the only thing that I can really think of, but that should not have impacted anything. If you can't, it means don't touch it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I have no idea what happened. Like, maybe the WebSocket encountered an issue, but like, let me open up the WebSocket. Like, the WebSocket is like littered with try catches. Like, if an error happens anywhere in the WebSocket connection, it should get caught. I don't know what happened. I'll test it. I'll spam messages. Sure. Here, I'll have it. I'll have it connected there. Did it crash or did I close it? I thought I had it running. Yeah, boost my stream in the algorithm. Make it look like my chat is like popping off. I don't know why. It seems fine. Is anything showing up in the logs? This is the most recent one? Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't know. Like, I can mess around with this all day and it just still no errors in being logged. Let me try the Discord thing. Discord. That still functions properly. What if you create multiple commands without editing the script? All right, I'll call this example 1. Example 2. Example 3. I'll set all of those to viewers. It looks perfectly fine. What happened? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, if it's not breaking anymore, then I guess I'll just move on, but... What? I don't know. I can't even, if it's not the creation of the command that caused the issue, the only other thing I can think of is that the WebSocket threw an error. But like I said, that thing is like wrapped in layers upon layers of try catches. Like it should have been dealt with. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I did make good changes to this. Yeah, I made the drop reason optional. So that's all good. And then I wrapped that in a try catch, which is good because we're dealing with files in that scenario. Let's see. So let's just do these 3 for now. Make drop reason optional. Do that, and then this one is catch command creation errors. Do that. Push those. And then I guess I'll make another release. Dude, I swear I tested all of this stuff. I'm baffled at like I still don't understand that error or the crash from before. I don't know what happened. Because the plan was to set up the commands and then just have the thing run for the entire stream, but I've been live for almost an hour and a half, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, sorry, I had to mess with settings. Okay, that's done. Let's do the console. Publish. Let's go back to the hub. We'll make yet another release. Why can I not? Hello? Releases? Releases. Draft new release. There we go. Jeez. 0.5.0 dash alpha 1.0.2. Select tag v0.5.0 dash alpha 1.0.2. Create a new tag, target the alpha branch, generate release notes. That's fine. Okay. Looks like that worked. I should probably try and figure out how to automate this process, but this works for now. WinX64 console. Can I duplicate? Nice, let's duplicate. Go back here, go to the regular one. Compress to the zip file. See, with GitHub Actions, I have never messed with that stuff. I want to, though. I feel like it would help. Okay. Let's compress that as well. All right. We throw the lib. Then we throw the regular StoneBot. Then we throw the console version of StoneBot. Set as latest. Everything looks good. Let's do that. Okay. Again, it puts the console version on top of the regular version. Why does it order it like that? Like, I intentionally uploaded them in a particular order, and GitHub's just like, no. What the heck, man? That's how I have the bot website configured. I had to figure it out, but now every time I push on main branch, because the site is Angular, I compile the code in the server where it's at with SSH. Then I moved the compiled files to the www folder of the server and done. New update without having to do it manually. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I hesitate to do that kind of stuff on, like, when I commit to main. I guess I probably should do it like that, because then it would sort of force me into correct branching strategy habits. But yeah, I guess that would be a good idea. Because the other thing is that like I said, I'm not working off of the main branch. I'm working off of, like, this weird UI rework branch. But anyway, okay. I'm gonna close this and hope that I never have to open it ever again. Okay, maybe not ever again, but okay, let's download the regular version of StoneBot. We're doing this whole process from zero, and I won't take no for an answer. All right, let's, oops, take me to local. Let's delete the StoneBot thing here. What do you mean it's open in another pro? No, it's not. StoneBot's not running. Hello? Task Manager? It's not running. What? What is using that folder? Excuse me? I don't have anything using that folder. I have no idea what it's on about. Extract. There we go. You have a log file? No, this is the quotes. I don't have any other windows open. Oh, it's VS Code. Okay. Yeah. Close folder. Okay. You're right. Now let's try it. Okay, there we go. Downloads. I was trying to extract this. Where is the extractor window? Here we go. Okay. Give me the exe. Get rid of that guy. Replace it with the brand new shiny version. Computer? Hello? Oh, okay. I was like, why does it take me so long? Okay. Go back to my downloads. Delete these. Okay, there's no StoneBot. No StoneBot. Okay. So this should, in theory, once again, be starting from zero. Starting from absolute scratch. Yes, I know it's by an unknown publisher. I'm gonna have to authorize again. Dang it. Okay. It's fine. Okay. Let me switch to here. You get to look at my wonderful face as I try and authorize. I'm gonna have to log into my bot account. Wait for my two-factor text message. Authorize. Done. There we go. That worked. Okay. There we go. Why SMS and not time-based code? What do you mean time-based code? Where would I get the time-based code? Like, that's how I log into Twitch, not to StoneBot. Google Auth or any auth app? Oh. I could do that, yeah, but it's just it's annoying. It's so much easier if it just shows up on my phone screen. Okay, so I've got that. Let's set up Discord again. Anybody can use it. Let's edit the script. Wait, is that what happened? Did I click the edit script button on the new YouTube command? It's not connected. Let me connect it. There we go. Is that what happened? I don't... Go away, Copilot. I don't remember. Yeah, see, it seems fine. Folder should show up here, right? And there's StoneBot. Logs, no errors. Okay. StoneBot.chat. StoneBot.message. Wait, what? Bro. Here, I'm gonna add the Discord link to this file here so I don't have to go back into Discord every time. Okay. So that's the correct link. So we've got that. And then I want it to reply to message data dot ID. Message ID, there we go. The thing I won't like about C# and moving code in StoneBot is the OOP. I got so used to functional that I do not understand how OOP works now. That's fair. Like, I don't know. I try not to, like, do actual object-oriented programming because that's, like... In order to do, like, real object-oriented programming, there are a lot of weird rules that you have to follow. Excuse me. There are a lot of weird rules you have to follow. And, like, it gets kind of ridiculous at some point. So I try to be reasonable about making classes and, like, you know, if I need a place to store state, then I'll make it into a class, or if I have a bunch of functions that just make logical sense to be together, then I'll put them in a static class, you know. I tried doing OOP on JS, but it's so different over there, so I just gave up. Yeah, just use the object-oriented languages if you really want to. If you really want to do OOP, but yeah. F the rules, yeah. Dude, I've seen all the memes about, like, service factory service, abstract service factory, and it's like, yeah, that stuff actually exists. Like, it's not really, it's a joke, but it's not really a joke, because you have classes whose names are, like, you know, 10 pages long because they're creating abstract classes that are creating abstract classes. And it's a mess. Okay. Does this work now? It does not. Why not? What did I do wrong here? It's not turned on. That might help. Try it again. There we go. Okay. My bot broke for 3 weeks because I tried making a class, and for some reason the message data was being shared between accounts, and sometimes if someone used a command in one channel, the ID of the previous channel's chat will be saved instead of the current one, so the command will respond to the wrong channel, and it got annoying. Oof. Yeah, that's bizarre. I don't know that I've ever really worked with classes in JavaScript. It's like, you know, when you're using like React, you can use classes, but I think pretty much, well, I shouldn't say that, but I mostly work with functional components when it comes to something like React, So it's not even like fake classes, really. I just avoid classes altogether. But yeah, that sounds like a nightmare. But okay, we're in basically the exact same scenario we were in before. So let's try this again. And do I have any log messages? Do I have any logs? No log errors. No nothing. Okay. Okay. It's fine. It works. Okay. It's fine. It works. Any error messages? Doesn't look like it. Nope. Okay. Okay. What happened? I don't get it. Turn it on, I guess. Actually no, I'll keep it off because I need to actually like create the command itself. I don't understand. Also, what just happened with my auto formatter? Format? Oh, okay, yeah, it does that now. That's fine. Like, it worked perfectly fine. I don't get it. I don't get it, dude. All right, let me grab the link to my YouTube channel. There we go. What? Go away. I don't care. Okay. Just in case something weird happens, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this into this file over here as well. What? Don't do that. Okay. Just in case I need to redo this entire process because it crashes for some reason. Okay, so now if I turn that on, and now try typing !YouTube. Okay, it works. Thank you. I was like, why is the second line indented instead of all to the left? And then I just realized it's Python, and now I hate it. Yeah. It's just the auto formatter. Is this even like... Yeah, I guess. I mean, I could turn off auto formatting, I guess. But yeah, it's weird. Like, personally, I would prefer something like this if absolutely necessary. You know? Like, have the parameters inside of the parentheses, you know, something like this. But... Oh, the one after the if. Yeah. Yeah, it's Python. You kind of just have to do it like that. Unfortunately. But whatever. This is it was fine the way it was before, I guess. Format. Shift Alt F is the keybind for, is that right? Format document is Shift Alt F. VS Code, what drugs are you doing? Okay, all right. So there we go. We've got the basic commands set up. Now do we want to get a little bit more complicated? Should we set up the quote command? I feel like we should. Yeah. Let's do that. Um, hmm, it's probably fine. Yeah, so we'll do exclaim add quote. Only moderators can do that. Okay. So, okay, still no errors? Still no errors. All right. Add quote. So now we can use, one of the other features of StoneBot is the storage. So, actually, first we want to get the actual quote. So we can say StoneBot.message data dot, is it like text or something? Message. Okay. So that's going to be like the actual message. So what we want to do is set it up so that people can type, say, exclaim, add quote, and then a space, and then, you know, whatever quote goes here. Something like this, right? So we need to figure out where this first space is in the message. And I'm not a Python dev, so I'm gonna Google it. Python find first space in text. What if we add libsql? What does that do? Connects to a database. To find the first space in text using Python, you can use the find method, which returns the index. Okay. You want to do some vibe coding? Let's vibe code this. Here we go. ChatGPT. Generate a function in Python that will return a substring of everything that comes after the first space char in a given string. Let's see what it does. Oh, so it just finds, it just does s.find and then indexes. Ew. Really? That's gross. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, I don't need all this stuff. S.find, so we'll just say message. Oops. Message. There we go. You know what? We can probably actually. Yeah, give me the whole function here again. It'd be a little bit easier to do it this way. Get quote. Given the whole message. If index is not equal to -1. Oh, so if somebody just, okay. Yeah, never mind. Let's do it this way. Okay. So So we've got the message. I meant SQLite. Oh, okay. Which is a file-based DB like SQL. Gotcha. Yeah, there's not a super sophisticated storage system. It's mostly just a caching thing, essentially. Okay, so sure, index. I feel like I should rename this to something better than just index. Quote start index. There we go. Okay, so it finds the first thing. So we'll say if quote start index is equal to -1, then we'll just return. Or I guess we won't return. How do we like quit? Sys.exit? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Can I really not just return? Excuse me? I mean, like, I could do this. I wanted to make it like an early exit, but you know, I can just do this, add quote. And then we can do this guy. Message quote start index. Get rid of this. Add quote is not defined. Is pass a valid thing here? Pass is a valid thing? Bruh, okay. That's fine. Pass is valid syntax. Does it even do what I think it's gonna do? I don't know. I guess we can test it, right? If there is a time to test, it is now. So let's change this back to being equals. Okay, so then we'll say quote is equal to that. So that's the quote that we want to add. And then we can say stonebot dot get quotes. That's the right syntax. Yeah, it takes in a string. Okay, yeah. Quotes. And we'll say quotes. And then is there Python append to array? It's just the append. There's just a method called append. Okay. I need any special... I think I should just be able to call append, right? Yeah, I think so. Again, we can test it. Quotes dot append, append quote, and then dot set quotes to quotes. Okay, so it is a little bit add quote quack. I don't have it enabled yet. It's turned off. But that should be it. So basically we're getting a list of quotes. We're adding a quote to it. And then we're doing this. Can I add type annotations here? I forget how to do that. It's just colon and then list. Colon list. No. Quotes colon list. Oh, I see. That's fine. Whatever. I won't worry about it. Okay. Let's turn it on. Let's change this to viewer so that you can use it, Dom. Try it again. Wait, no, don't try it. Hang on. Sorry. My bad. I need to say quotes. No. I need to say stonebot dot set say if stonebot dot has quotes then stonebot dot set quotes to an empty array. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then we can say quotes equals an empty array. You know what? We can actually do this, right? Okay, something like this I feel like makes a little bit more sense. So by default, quotes is just an empty array, but if Stonebot already has something called quotes, then it's reassigned to whatever that is. Then it appends, and then it resets. Okay, that should be good. Apologies earlier. Now I'll turn it on. Now try it. And I'm hoping... Okay. Did we get an error? Oh no. Event message object has no attribute find? What? Missing member exception. Is it because of this pass? Did it get confused? Excuse me, did it get confused? Okay, hang on. Let me disable it real quick. Actually, let's do all this. Okay. Then we call add quote with this guy as a parameter. Okay. Add quote is not defined. Whatever, I'll put it up here. Okay. All right, try it again. Let's see if we get another error message here. Oops. It looks like we did. No? It's all the same. It's still the same error message. Okay, maybe that was the problem. No, we did get a new error message. Why is there no new line? Event message object has no attribute find. What? Okay, well, at least I know it wasn't it wasn't the pass syntax. So we can undo this stuff. Whoops. Okay. Is it because this has? Gotta open up the code again. Okay. So scripting. Script interface. Has custom data dot contains key. Just custom data. Yo, thank you, Yoshi Boy, for the follow. I appreciate it. Am I pale? I think I'm a little bit pale. Let me turn this down a little bit. Does that look better? It looks a little bit better. Okay, so I feel like this custom data thing is not initialized correctly. How's it going? I'm good. How are you? Actually, I say I'm good, but I've been struggling getting my my bot to work here. So I mean, what? Okay, what are we expecting this to be? Okay. I don't understand. I'm going to close this version of it. So the issue I'm currently running into is when I'm trying to utilize the caching system that I've set up, it apparently can't find or it's not like initialized correctly, I guess. This data object should be what contains everything, but that does not seem to be the case. Doing good, just working with QuickShell right now, trying to make a decent top bar for my system. Yeah, what is QuickShell? I don't know that I've heard of that before. I'll Google it. QuickShell. First link that pops up is on GitHub. Flexible toolkit for making desktop shells with Qt Quick for Wayland and X11. Interesting. See the website for more installation, for more information and installation. QuickShell. Building blocks for your desktop. Yo, that's pretty cool. Dang. Yeah, that looks sweet. What kind of stuff did you say you were setting up? Decent top bar for your system. That's really cool. Dude, I've been so tempted to dip my toes into Linux. Like, I've done a little bit of stuff in it, because like I had a Chromebook that I installed Linux on just for the sake of doing one single thing for a joke, and then I haven't touched it since because it no longer boots up. But that's a different issue. But like, dude, stuff like this would be so cool. Eventually, one day. It's basically a toolkit that uses QML to make tiny bits of your desktop. Yeah, it took me like 3 hours to make it. It looks like shit compared to many other people's things, but it's functional, so good enough for me. And that's all you need it to be. As long as it works, right? As long as it works. Unlike this thing here, which doesn't work apparently. And I'm questioning all my life choices, but it's fine. It's like I don't have a did it make a custom data thing? It did not make a custom data file. Okay. So the custom data file does not exist, so this init function doesn't do anything, which means that this data object should just be default constructed. So, what? What was the error message again? System.missingMember exception. Event message object has no attribute find. Oh. Okay. Okay. Right. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, let's boot it up here again. Turn it on. Okay. Now try and add a quote. Let's see if we get an error message this time. It's not really like gonna do much, but we can test that later. Also, QML is basically DSL for Qt applications, or in other words, if you're ever using Elm or things similar, it's like defining an interface. This is all a foreign language to me. I have no idea what any of that stuff means. But I'm glad that you know what it means. You know what we should do? Okay, cool. Thank you for using... I didn't... It wasn't connected! Okay, hang on. hang on. Sorry. I sincerely apologize. Let's do this. Let's... how do you do a for loop in Python again? Python for... It's like some stupid syntax, isn't it? Oh, it's just, okay. For Q in quotes. Stonebot.log Q. Okay, so now every time you use that command, it should print out every quote that's currently in the list. Okay. I don't know what DSL is, but interesting. Took me a bit to understand QML2, mainly due to alignment quirks. Like I said, all a foreign language. Okay. Let me actually connect the bot. It's connected. The quote is turned, or the command is turned on. Okay, you've tried it. Phenomenal. Let me open up the log file. Oh my goodness, there are logs. Oh my goodness, there are logs. Okay. Not supported exception. JSON type info metadata for type IronPython runtime Python list was not provided by type info resolver of type stonebot.json context. If using source generation, ensure that all root types passed to the serializer have been annotated with JSON serializable attribute, along with any types that might be serialized polymorphically. The supported member type is located on system object. Right. Mm-hmm. It threw the error when it was trying to save the data? Okay, okay. Couldn't stick things using rectangles and stuff like that. I have a row because that would just stack everything on top of each other. It's not a linked, which is weird. Ooh. Sorry about that. So where am I supposed to look here? Script interface. I promise there was supposed to be a second half to this stream, and I've gone over 2 hours just trying to fix issues with the bot. Save. Custom data.save. Okay, here we go. So this is where it's throwing the error. Because it's having issues serializing the actual data object. I thought that I had set all that up correctly. Because, like, this should auto-generate a bunch of stuff for me. If I go into my JSON context file, I have concurrent dictionary here. So, like, is that not good enough? Because it told me ensure that all root types passed to the serializer have been annotated with JSON serializable attribute. all root types. I mean, is this concurrent dictionary? Let me get to the source. There we go. I mean, is a concurrent dictionary any different than just like a regular one? Is this going to behave nicely for me? Serializable. Serializable. And the concurrent dictionary is not? I guess not. Okay. So I'm going to close out of this. Let's switch from a concurrent dictionary to just a regular dictionary, and then I'm gonna do, dude, where was I? Custom data.save. Why did it not put it over there? Okay. Can get rid of that. So in the save, dictionary string object, do the same thing here. Let's, I don't think that's gonna work. So let's say var naming variables is the hardest part of this process. What's the opposite of concurrent? Non-concurrent data. There we go. New dictionary, and we'll give it the data string object. I don't actually know if that's gonna work like that, but we'll just pretend that it does for now. And this needs to be concurrent dictionary, and then this one could just be that. Okay. What? No. Okay. Okay, so the idea now, so this is a concurrent dictionary. Is what I'm storing all of the data in. So now when it tries to save the data, it should first convert it to a regular dictionary, and then it should be able to serialize the regular dictionary. Now, I don't actually know if this is going to function in the way that I think it will, but we're about to find out. Okay. Add quote. All that stuff is still the same. So how about now? Try and add a quote. See what happens. Okay. We got a new log file here. Nothing happened. It's not connected. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I had a chat for a reason. Okay. Oh boy, there are 5 kilobytes of log. Oh? Okay. It actually did print out. It actually did print out the quote. Maybe it did that last time and I just didn't catch it. Hang on, did it do it last time? It did do it last time. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because it's doing this when it needs to save. Python list was not provided by the type resolver. Oh. That sucks. I have to provide the type that I'm using to the type resolver? Why? So the problem is not... Here, let me just close out of this whole thing. So the problem is not the concurrent dictionary. The problem is that the concurrent dictionary is storing an object that's not a list. It's a special data type called Python list. And because that Python list is not part of this, the JSON serializable wall here, that's what's causing the issue. So I should... Let me undo some of this stuff. Okay. We'll put this back. God, that's really annoying because then I have to like... I have to basically add every... Is there a way to just cast everything as a string? That's so annoying. I mean, I guess it makes sense that it would do that, but... You know, like instead of having a concurrent dictionary that stores objects, I could just have it store strings and then convert everything into a string and then save it that way. But of course that gets extremely annoying. Because it's not always nice to store everything as a string. God, I was really just hoping that this would work, but I guess I never actually tested lists before. Because the other thing, so I could just like, you know, add this here and go iron python dot, what did it say? No, in the log file. Runtime Python list. Runtime Python list. Right. What? Oh, I need another set of parentheses. Okay. So like I could just do this, right? And I'm like 99% sure that that would work. But I assume there's also a bunch of other types that could be added to this, right? Like how many different data types are there in this runtime namespace? Yeah, there's tuples, string iterator, whole modules, functions, dictionary, map. Yeah, there's all kinds of types in here that I would have to add if I wanted to account for everything. Of course, I could just say, you know what? You as the Python user has to convert all of your data types into strings. You can figure out how to do that. That's not my problem. But that doesn't seem like a good solution. And a better solution would just be to turn off certain optimizations. That way it doesn't have to have this, Python list as part of the serializable wall. Which is annoying because it's gonna be slightly slower, and it's gonna increase the file size of the executable, because then you have to add in all that extra type checking stuff. God, that's really annoying. I did not expect it to work like this, but it makes sense. I mean, I could just have this and be like, okay, if you're using Stonebot, you only have access to these data types. Right. So I could have a Python list and then a Python dictionary. I don't actually know what else there is. Tuple. Context, I don't even know what that is. Function, there's no way I'm letting you save a function. Generator, list iterator. List reverse iterator? Those are two different data types? I'm sorry? Python property? Tuple. I could just add these manually and be like, okay, well these are the data types that you're allowed to cache. Set collection? Which I guess is a valid solution. But then it's like, okay, what if I want to make my own, what if I want to make a class? My class, right? And then you got something in it. What happens if you want to save that? Then I guess you can just define your own serialize function. I don't know, it gets weird. I guess that's kind of the trade-off though, right? You can create it for the user, like a file, and you handle the errors internally in that class function. I'm not following. I mean, I feel like this is good enough, right? Because strings should automatically be handled. just really list, dictionary, and tuple are kind of like the basic built-in objects. Or isn't there a map? Or is that just what dictionary is? I assume it's what dictionary is. Context dictionary, enumerable. List. Yeah, I feel like these are just like the main three here. I don't know what it's censoring, but I'm seeing 3 asterisks in your message there, Dom. Have one for reading the file, but you are wrapping it around the FS of Python. Oh. So you're saying like here, instead of serializing it in C#, I can have Python code here that will serialize it and write it to a file. Is that what you're suggesting? Dude, what is it censoring? What is going on? No, but that may also work. Okay, then I'm not following what you were talking about. Like you have the chat method, I assume that's chat method to send a message. Have one for reading the file, but you are wrapping it around. Oh, so like add a thing to the, you know, so you would type stonebot.save file or something like that. Save file. Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, kinda. Okay. I think I didn't understand the error. So when you call this set function, basically what it's doing under the hood is there's a dictionary, there's a map, however you want to say, that uses this string as a key, and then this object is the value. But this object is a list, and because this is all in Python, the package that I'm using, which is called IronPython, treats this not as a list in the same sense that a C# list is, but it treats this as its own special data type called Python list. And the JSON serializer in C#, at least the way that I have my project currently set up, you have to give it ahead of time the data types that it will need to serialize. Now, you don't have to do this if you set up your project in a certain way, but you get certain optimizations if you give it at compile time the types that it will eventually need to serialize. So what's happening is, because I don't have this Python list as part of, you know, this JSON serializable stuff. Because this is not here in the actual running version, the serializer comes across a Python list object and it doesn't know what to do with it. Because it's not like a regular list that it knows how to serialize. It's this special Python list data type. So what I was saying is I could, just add it to this list, and then the serializer understands it automatically generates code to deal with this. So the serializer now can deal with a list, but the problem with this method is that I have to manually add every single data type that I would ever want to serialize. Which is a problem because if the user wants to create their own class and tries to say, there's stuff in here, imagine. And then if they try and say stonebot.set my class right, if they do something like this, right, because my class is like a custom type, the Stonebot serializer won't know what to do with it. Now, what I was saying before is I could just sort of bite the bullet and say, okay, user, you're not allowed to do this. If you want to save something with Stonebot, you're going to have to reformat your data so that it can understand what you're talking about. Or I could do what I was talking about earlier and just reconfigure my project so that it doesn't need all of this information ahead of time, which comes at a performance cost as well as a file size cost. Now, I was really hoping to be able to have those optimizations, but if it's forcing me to give these data types ahead of time, I might not have much of a choice. But like these are basically the three biggest Python data types. So I could just say, okay, user, you have to use one of these three. And if you create your own custom type like this, you are responsible for reformatting whatever is contained within this class so that it works with this. Actually, I don't know, because IronPython might just consider this to be the same thing as a dictionary, essentially. Do that restrict the user? That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then I might be able to provide the user with some function that's like stonebot dot maybe I can't do this. It's like set custom or something like that. Where it's basically the same thing, except there's some extra logic here to transform this object into something that can be serialized. That might be the play, honestly. So just like in this function here, I'm taking in some arbitrary object. So instead of just, you know, setting the value according to the key, I could first transform value into a dictionary and then save it, because a dictionary is serializable. So like no matter what object I get here, I could just transform it into a dictionary and then serialize that. Potentially. Because then there's also no, I don't want to do that, because the whole point of saving data using Stonebot rather than, you know, writing your own logic, right? Because the user could just, you know, using pure Python to save stuff to their own file. But the whole point of using Stonebot is that it's more performant. And obviously it's a lot easier to use to, you know, to just do something like this than to write your own data saving stuff. But like, I don't know, man. Honestly, I feel like if I just add these 3 data types, it might be enough. Like that just might be good enough, you know? Sorry, I'm thinking about it. I kind of want to test it. So, okay, so I've added these 3 things to the serializable thing. If it doesn't work, let the community make plugins for it to accept different data types. That's actually a really good idea. I like that a lot. Yeah, really good call. I want to test something real quick though. So let's just say my var is equal to hello, right? Do I need a, yeah, let's have an init here. That just does nothing. That should technically be a valid class, right? Here's what I'm gonna do. You're making it with open source to begin with? True, yeah. Test. Okay, We'll make a complete testing script for this so that we don't have to add a new quote every time, because that's a little bit annoying. That logic is all fine. We still need to test this a little bit, but obviously in order to actually test this, we have to get this stuff working. Okay, so that should be okay. Yeah, I just want to see what happens here. And then in... I'm gonna close out of that. In this here, let's print out a debug message with the type of whatever we're trying to save. Oh, value.get value. What? Hello? Value.getType. That's the function. Let's get type dot. Oops. Isn't there like a... Oh, it's just get type. I thought there was like a difference between get type and get full type or something like that. Okay. I just want to see like what IronPython considers this to be. So I'm going to turn this on. So let's see what happens. Connect. All right. Exclam test. Thank you. Okay. Scripting argument type exception. Init takes no argument. Oh, okay. I keep forgetting. Okay. Try it again. Okay. IronPython.newTypes.system.object. Okay, so it does not consider... Why is it not printing out new lines? Hang on, that's really annoying. Where's my logger? Log. Okay, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before, but there we go. The what now? So, you see how the error message here starts with a timestamp and then the word error? I realize the text is kind of hard to see, so I apologize for that. So this error message goes all the way down to here. And then immediately after that, you can see we have another timestamp and then the word debug, which is the debug message. And then almost immediately after that, another timestamp and the word debug. So there's supposed to be a line break in between all of those log messages. But I guess I just forgot to put the new line character here. Kind of weird. But that should be okay now. Okay, so what we learned from this is yeah. Oh, wait, what? Did I open the wrong log file? I did. Okay, okay. Yeah, so the data type that it considers this to be is ironpython.newtypes.system.object_$1 $1, which is obviously not supported because I think that's just like generated at runtime, right? If I go into here and I'm like, okay, give me, wait, what was the type? I closed the log file. Whoops. IronPython.newTypes. New types? That's not even something I have access to. Okay. That's, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Is it fine? Having new types not accessible? Because then I can't even do what I was thinking of before, where I like detect whether or not it's a custom data type and then do my own sort of serialization. Because I don't even have access to that type. Unless I do a bunch of reflection, but I'm not going to deal with that. That sort of mitigates the whole point of specifying data types. Yeah, I guess I just have to do this. Put that there so I can get rid of all this stuff. Yeah, kind of annoying that it works like that, but I guess it makes sense. Then I'll just go back to what this was before. Logger. Right, I added that thing. Okay. What changes did I make here? So I added IronPython runtime and I added these 3 data types. With the logger, I added the new line character. And then I got rid of threading in the config panel? I didn't touch the config panel. What? Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to remove it in the last commit. That makes sense. Okay. I mean, technically that's like a feature enhancement, right? Because theoretically, what I could do is instead of directly setting these quotes, I could act like, you know, it's a string. Whatever, I'm not going to do that. So let's just commit this. Let's say I hit caps lock, add Python types to serializer. Do that. And we can say add line break to logs, and then just say clean up. Yeah, sure. Clean up. Okay. Push that. Now, my interesting. Okay. Weird that it did that. I thought I turned on automatic ads, but it did not work. Weird. Okay. So I've got that committed to the branch. Ugh. I was fully expecting this to just work first try. I did not realize how much stuff that I still had to test. Oof. Okay. I'm actually kind of glad that I made this alpha version then, because I fully expected some of this basic stuff to just work, and it did not. So yeah, maybe we need some more dev streams. Maybe maybe there's a lot more testing to be done. I do think though that you know what, Dom, I'll let you decide. Should I call it a stream? Because I'm kind of done working with Stonebot. Should I call it a stream, or should we pivot to SteamWorld? God, why does this light make me look like I'm a piece of paper? Because I did plan on playing SteamWorld after we got the commands figured, but that obviously didn't happen. So sorry, I'm just closing out of some stuff here. Maybe an hour of SteamWorld, that's a deal. You have got yourself a deal. Let me close out of everything so I can get SteamWorld. There we go. All right. Let me change my stream info here. Oh, hello. Oh, that's way louder than I expected it to be. Oh, shoot. I should have changed the go live notification. Whoops. Because I am no longer speed snailing. SteamWorld. SteamWorld. Quest Hand of Gilgamesh. Okay, there we go. Oh, why did that happen? Okay. Switch to the game. Please pull up the game. There we go. All right, nice. Start. Game 1. The Misguided Mentor. I completely forgot where I was. It's been so long.
Chapter 10. The Misguided Mentor.
Dude, such a nice voice. I don't remember anything that happened. Oh, right, these guys. Yeah, okay, I remember now. This is getting ridiculous. I'm pretty used to rugged terrain. If you ever need a ride, just let me know. Dude, that would help tremendously. If I could just get a ride from this person every time. Ooh. Oh, that's actually huge. Wait, what? Whoops. Oh, I see. Okay. Upgrade. Searing Lash Inferno? Like, okay. A lot of fire-based stuff. I'm liking it. And then you guys... Oh, patch up. Interesting. 20%? What does that mean? Whoop. Heals all allies equal to 20% of their maximum health. Dang. I'm not going to use that, but, like, cool. Okay. Inferno. 293? Oh, and it's got that little burn icon on it. If the foe is burning, the attack deals 210 magic instead. Oh, hang on. Deal 150 magic as fire damage to all foes and inflicts burn for 3 turns. Oh my. That is huge. That's massive. Ooh. Do you think I have enough, do you think I've got enough resources to craft this? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm willing to part with my 82 foul liquid. Fine, I guess I will. I'm not happy about it though, alright? 75, yeah, sure. Seems good. Okay, upgrade cards. Sure. Yeah, let's upgrade it immediately. It can be upgraded a second time. I'm using all of my Smoldering Ender, though. Let's see about this guy. Flame Wave. Oh, Inferno can't be upgraded? No. Flame Wave can, though. Why have I not upgraded that yet? Did I remove it from my deck? I don't remember. Okay. Dex. Fiery Bash. That's right. But see, now we can have Hot Iron instead of Heroic Strike. Bravado is that one? Okay. And then for you... Oh, we have 4 fire pillars. That's right. Okay. Let's add 1 singular Inferno. That's probably good, right? Yeah, fire pillars a lot. Yeah, because like fire pillar only cost 1 SP. It's really good. I know it's only single target, but like that's a lot of damage. I'll probably keep 1 Inferno. I think that's fine. Okay. Now I just gotta hope I don't run into another one of those enemies that is basically immune to fire. Spiked collar. Safety tome? Oh, it's basically the same thing except it gives me barrier field. And then, yeah, these are just strictly worse. This gives me water jet. I think I remember seeing this stuff, right? I'm pretty sure. Black belt? Why does it not tell me what black belt does? Grants a small chance to counterattack. Oh, that's right. Oh, heat-proof lining? Okay. I think I'm fine, right? I don't know if I should buy or sell yet, so I'll just do neither. We shall see. Oh. Robot bird? Now this is a pleasant surprise. Neophyte Copernica? What? Neophyte? What? This must be your first visit since you left the college. Professor Hyapathia? 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 Something like that. Oh, what a name, dude. Actually, it's Headmistress Hyapathia now. I just love how it rolls off the tongue. Right. Yeah, it definitely rolls off the tongue. For sure. Hey. We just bashed through a strange gate, a whole hostile school, and some warped metal plates to get here. All because Copernica found out you alchemists are in cahoots with the Void Army. I am pleased to see that my favorite student did not lose her sharp mind. Although most of us won't mix with their narrow-minded kind, we are certainly on the same track. In the development of things to come, that is. Don't get closer. I don't understand. In all your classes, you always pointed out that alchemy should serve the world. For the good of the people. Among all the absent, wandering minds during my lectures, I could always count on your eagerness and full attention. But how does helping the Void benefit our world? Science used for personal power through violence. As you know, I never agreed on your suspension. You were different from the rest. We both were. Kind of a weird thing to say. Hiding our true selves under layers of conservative structures. ... I've led this school down a new path. They always said it was so open and inclusive for everybody. Ha! The curriculum was buried under so many rules and regulations, all to benefit the creme de la creme. I may put a lock on the gate, but at the same time, I've revived the school's original core of freedom and exploration. God, I cannot read. Okay, what is the witch saying here? Ha ha ha. The witch is saying that the world is going to undergo some serious changes. Ever heard of the Necronomicon? Bro, what happened to your eyes? Your fox-headed friend sure seems to know what it's about. Just as I have changed this school, there's a great force out there intent on reshaping the world. The Necronomicon bears the power to alter and manipulate life itself. Not only can it influence what already grows, it can also create spirit in impotent matters. This is not just some bedtime story, it's the nocturnal dream of the Alchemic Society. The whereabouts of the Necronomicon have become known. Ooh. My services have been called upon to assist in awakening it from its slumber. Isn't it just like a cog? Why is it sleeping? Imagine exploring unlimited power, sending wave after wave of raw, untamed energy through the cosmos. For what? Why would you do that? Why would you... What? Why would you want to do that? Sorry? Just thinking about it makes me shiver with anticipation. Okay. Kind of weird. It kind of seems like you have a thing for this. If this Necronomicon has even half the powers that you describe, how can you even seriously consider using it to manipulate the elements? It seems the structure of this old school still has you in its grasp. How disappointing. Copernica, I am inviting you to be part of the revolution. Just look at you, ripping through my lock with your restrained potential. Dude. Join me, and together we can rule the universe. Shake your fears, take my hand and let me guide you. Through the fire, nature is reborn. I can't. I won't. Our calling is to provide for the good of the many. That's what alchemy is supposed to be about. I won't follow you on this twisted, megalomaniac path. Labels, labels, labels. Bruh, you're the one... I'm sorry. Did you not earlier just insist that your name started with headmistress? I'm sorry. You're just, like, shrugging off labels? Meanwhile, earlier you were, like, adamant that we refer to you with headmistress? I'm sorry. Are we talking to the same person here? Hello? If you're so intent on residing in the submissive part, then let this be a rub to remember. Okay. You got any weaknesses there, bud? No weaknesses. Condition immunities, all of them. Okay, sure. Except for burning, interestingly. Could still burn them. This is a really awkward hand, gotta say. Bro. What does this do again? Generates 1 additional SP at the start of turn for 3 turns. Okay, that's good. And then focus ups my magic and redraw. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, but you're immune to the status effect, so it's really just damage, I guess. Conjure lightning. Time lock? Oh. Armally is negative now? Hero disabled. It's fine. Do I even bother setting up a regen right now? I mean, I guess. What else have I got to do? I'll cycle 1 fiery bash, I guess. Get another fire pillar. Kind of want to save the fire pillars for fiery bash, right? Probably don't need 2 regens. Hot iron. Yeah, I think that's... It's a little bit annoying. I do have 1 more redraw, but I feel like I want to keep. Let's redraw hot iron. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a lot better. To do this setup for next turn. Yeah, punch him in the gut. Okay, that's fine. Nice. Alright, so now we can fiery bash and then double fire pillar? Seems good, right? Alternatively, we could bravado fiery bash hot iron get the chain off, and then next turn get another chain. Seems good. Okay, you're immune to bleeding though, so that's not gonna do much. It's a little bit of damage though. Nice. Okay, just don't disable Copernica. Nice, that's fine. That is completely fine. Regen coming in clutch here. Do I have enough SP to Inferno double fire pillar? I do. Ooh. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I don't think the order matters a whole lot. Holy fire damage. Okay, they're currently at 9,790. Hang on, I'm pulling out my calculator here. Oops. Stop. 9790. Okay, I've got that typed in. We'll see how much damage this does. Equalizer. Oh wait, they're not immune to bleed? I did not realize that. Okay, so they're now at 6826. 2,900 damage in one turn. 2,964. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right. We're a little bit low on health, and you are set up to counter. So let's see if I can cycle. Fixer's all right. I'd really like. Quick fix is good. Okay. Who do I quick fix? Probably the healer, right? Because the two bravados are gonna give a little bit of health to Armalie. Dude, that bleed is insane. That bleed alone has dealt so much damage. Okay, Inferno's good. How long does your burning for one more turn? Okay. So Inferno's not like phenomenal here. Could probably just focus Fixer regen. Set up for next turn. How many turns on counter? Reactive barrier. Grants elemental immunity after taking damage for the first time each turn. Oh. That's what that does? So it's not a counter. It's just like after they take damage, they're immune to whatever element you hit them with. So like the first attack is fine. Is that right? It doesn't have a timer associated with it, so I have to assume that it just lasts forever. It's tricky here. Because regen only lasts, what, like one more turn? Yeah. So I do want to play the regen now, I think. Could attack, I guess. Could just play Fixer Wrecking Ball and get the chain. It's actually not terrible. Sure. Let's try it. That's a little annoying that it's on the healer, but at least we refreshed our regen. It's definitely playing that. Fiery Bash and then Hot Iron? Seems good. Because they'll get a physical immunity after I hit with this, and then Hot Iron is free to go. That seems good. Nice. Okay. Quick fix is good. Yeah, let's Steam Punch, Quick Fix, and Fire Pillar. The Steam Punch will trigger the physical immunity, so the Fire Pillar should go through. Nice, good damage. Dude, the amount of health that I've gained from this regen is insane. Ooh, I can do this. Yeah. This is perfect, actually. No. Fiery Bash. So the Fiery Bash, they'll gain physical immunity, and then I'll hit him with Hot Iron. And Lacerate. So they'll be immune to the damage, but they still should bleed. Bleeding dealt like a ton of damage early on. It didn't even apply? What? It doesn't apply the bleed if they are immune to the attack? It's not like two separate things? Bruh. How many turns do I have on regen? 1 or 2? 1, okay. I mean, they're pretty close to dying. I wish I had a little bit more healing. Let's just do this. I feel like this is gonna be close. Yeah, Equalizer's a really big pain. Wow, 3 cards? I need some heals here. Wrecking Ball is not it. Fire Pillar. I don't need 2 Fire Pillars, right? Because they have that weird immunity thing. Unless I hit them with something else first, which I could do. For sure. I want to refresh the regen here. Let's get rid of one of the fiery bashes. Probably don't need both of them. Set up regen. Just do this, I guess. Seems good. This is gonna be close. Copernica, no! Oh, that's really bad. Hey, there's my healing. Took you long enough. Yeah. I mean, I can revive Copernica. It's probably just best to do that. Honestly, like, I could use a bunch of healing items right now, right? And just easy win. I mean, these two are probably dead. I mean, whoever I quick fix is probably not dead, but... yeah, there's too many cards in my hand not to revive, I think. Oh, that counts as a thing. Oh, shoot. Okay. What? This is 50%? Hello? That's so much health. Oh, it won't let me use the hero's thing even in the same turn? Okay, well, screw that then. I'm not reviving you. If I revive you, you're just gonna die immediately. So then I can only really play 2 cards here. So I guess I use a health pot. I can't target them. I don't think I can revive Copernica at all. Right, because even if I can do this. Why would it? Now it lets, what? Hello? So it lets me target Copernica with healing stuff, but it doesn't let me actually play Copernica's cards? Okay. Like, if I do revive Copernica, I have to revive and healer in the same turn. Otherwise, she just insta-dies. The other thing to consider is that the opponent has full SP meter. So do I just let Copernica sit out this turn? And then revive next turn? Try and focus on keeping these two alive? That's probably the play. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to repair these two. 25% should be enough to survive this turn at least. And then I'll play Bravado. Quick Fix might be better actually. Yeah. Such a weird turn. So you're finally using items, I see? Yeah. I got an achievement for using an item. Wow. Took me a while. Okay. So now is a pretty decent time to revive Copernica, I think. We're also going to have to heal her. Still can't play any of her cards, though. That's the annoying part. It's actually fine, though, right? Because we just revive, repair, and then Bravado. Should survive? I'm really hoping Cabrera. Oh, they respawn with half health? I thought they would come back with like 1 HP. Okay, that's way better. Okay. Ah, they don't have fire weakness anymore. It's a little bit annoying. Let's cycle Inferno. I don't think it's gonna help me this fight. I'm gonna cycle one of the fire pillars. Okay. Alright, let's do this. We'll play the Electrolyze second, that way we can still hit the Thunder Wave. I think all 3 of the fire pillar hits should go off before they get the fire immunity. Yeah, okay, nice. That makes sense. Haste? Oh god, what does that do? Do they get like an extra card or something? Okay. Cycle out Electrolyze. We can't use it this turn. Fire pillars. Okay. Copernica should live the next turn, so fire pillar is actually pretty good. Probably don't need 2 hot irons here. Okay. I've got a decent amount of SP, but can't really utilize it other than quick fix, I guess. Let's quick fix Copernica just to make sure she doesn't die. And then I guess we punch and we hot iron. And then hopefully we get some big damage next turn. Okay. We should win from here. I think we should be alright. If I can get some kind of damage move that does not hit with fire, that would be great. Nice. Nice. I think one more fire pillar does it, right? We'll focus up just to make sure. That should be game. Oh. Was not expecting that fight to be that tough, but I just kept losing health. Nice. Dang, and we're already halfway to leveling up again. Dominated by my own student, but still, you leave me disappointed. I'm sorry. Stop saying you're sorry. You beat me, period. However, your suppressed mind is obviously holding you back, and that makes the affair less spectacular. These are not your true colors, Copernica. All these fears you carry, if you would just let them go. Ding dong, time to sing. The Necronomicon is where is it? Why would I please you, Cherry? You are on the wrong side of history. We're going to beat the void and find the Necronomicon with or without your help, so you might as well. It is not my style to go down like a yelping dog. I end my story on my own strokes. Adieu, Copernica. Remember me fondly. Wait! Bruh. What, did they teleport? Or did they teleport directly into the afterlife? What just happened? Damn it. She followed her conviction to the very last. What was that about? Some midlife crisis? Basically, yeah. It felt sad. Did she really think that she was... Hey, don't know if it makes you feel any better, but I'm proud of you. She did this to herself. I know, we must find out what's going on, and how the Necronomicon fits into all this. The Necronomicon is far more dangerous than the alchemists can possibly imagine. Should it fall into the wrong hands. The fallout would be cataclysmic, not only for people, but also for the entire biosphere. In fact, its location must already be considerably affected. The resting place of the Necronomicon is a mystery, and without your professor's knowledge on its whereabouts, how will we ever find it? We know where it is. Oh, right. Some random criminals that we just happen to bump into happen to know the location of, like, the most powerful Necronomicon, whatever it is, in the universe. Right. Yeah, sure, buddy. Sure. Huh? Impossible. Where we're from, everybody knows about the Necronomicon. It's common knowledge. Right, yeah, sure, buddy. But even with fading powers, after all this time, the energy of the Necronomicon must have altered its surroundings severely. Well, the wildlife is different than other parts of the country. Different? Like Hillbilly Heights different? Do I look like I play the banjo? Thanks to ignorant people like Jolly Green Giant here, outsiders started calling it the Cursed City, and sure enough, the name stuck. There's nothing wrong with the locals. They simply didn't fit in anywhere else. Except for the druids, they're shifty as heck. Druids? Never cared much for their methods. Ah, the inclusive alchemy spirit. Yeah, they seem to think they run the place. They spread out and, I don't know, grab as much land as they can. Grab as much land they can for their shady business. If what you say is true, then we must waste no time in retrieving the Necronomicon. Perhaps the two of you would be so kind to show the way? Well, we do need to push our latest haul. Alright, follow us and don't slack behind. The growing group of heroes decided to travel to the Cursed City. Let's go. Let's go. I'll see you beyond the fire, my professor. Elementary. Deals 180% strength as fire, frost, and storm damage to one foe 3 times. Oh, it does. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Thumbs up. Nice. Well, I feel like that's a pretty decent place to call it. That's interesting. I'm curious, Dom. How much longer is there to this game? Because I feel like there's at least another chapter to get to the Necronomicon. And I don't know if that's going to be the end of the game. Can I look ahead? No. That'd be fun. I can't even go backwards. That arrow is a lie. I have to use the arrow keys, of course. This game makes total sense. Do you really want me to tell you? How about you just tell me how many acts there are? Do you know how many acts there are? Oh yeah, this is a brand new act. Okay, I didn't even realize that. So is Act 3 the end of it? But like, there's this whole thing in the. There's this whole other section of the map, right? Oh, that might we might explore that part in Act 3 maybe. I think there's 2 more acts, or maybe 3, depending on how the game treats the ending. I don't remember. Okay. Okay. So we've got a decent amount. We've got a decent amount yet. Cool. Well, I think that's a decent place to call it. Oof. Fun stream. I really was hoping to spend more time actually playing the game, but there's clearly some more stuff that I gotta do for Stonebot. Oh. It's fine. We can do more streams where I work on Stonebot. I think I should be able to stream tomorrow, and I think that's going to be Snail Stream. I think you're 63% of the game. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So yeah, tomorrow is probably going to be Snail Stream, and I think if I stream on Sunday, it'll also be Snail Stream. I've kind of decided that weekends are gonna be the Snail Stream, and weekdays are gonna be when I do other stuff. I sent the announcement in Discord, so if you haven't read that, take a look. But yeah, weekends are probably gonna be Snail. Weekdays are gonna be everything else. So I'm hoping to finish this game, because it's a pretty fun game. Not that I want to be done with it. It is a very fun game, but I've also got like a giant backlog of other games that I want to play. And I've done a lot of Snail streams recently, so I feel like it's about time that I try something else. But yeah, should I raid somebody? Is there anybody Is anybody that I follow that's live? I don't think so. Okay, Twitch's thing is being weird. Whatever. It's fine. We don't have to raid anybody. Yo, what's up, Cortex? You came just in time. Yeah, exactly. I've been live for 3 hours and 45 minutes. I haven't read it, but it sounds good. I'll see if I can check a little the bot and see what I can move. Sounds good. I've been working. I mean, yeah, I figured, but like it's been AKA bowling. Yeah, you cheater. I mean, I don't have much room to talk, but you know. Anyway, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you showing up, even if it was at the last second. Have a good one. See you later. Bye-bye.